Today is Brew Day. Hi, I'm Bradley with 2B Brewing. Today, we are going to brew a quick batch of beer so we can test out that 5 gallons works in the Delta Brew System's 14-gallon conical fermenter. We're just going to make a simple brewer's best milk stout recipe. In discussion with Mike from Delta Brewing Systems, they said that the thermowell port sits at about the 4.5 gallon mark. So a 5 gallon batch, or technically a little more, should be enough to be able to ferment in this conical fermenter. I also have some friends that I know that have just as big of fermenters, and they also ferment 5 gallon batches in. Today's recipe for milk stout contains some dark dry malt extract, 3 pounds, some light, extra light liquid malt extract, 3 pounds. It also contains some crushed chocolate wheat, 8 ounces, a mix of crushed Cara Brown Supreme, 6 ounces, some chocolate barley, 4 ounces, and some black barley, 4 ounces. Other sugars include lactose, 8 ounces, and maltodextrin, 8 ounces. For hops, we have Cascade, 1 ounce at alpha acid 6.3%. This will go in at 60 minutes. Other hops include Fuggle at 5.5% alpha acids. This is 1 ounce, and this will go in at 30 minutes. And our sugar eater for the day, the yeast, is Nottingham. Hey guys, brew day is going well. I have our Seeping Grains seeping, trying to keep it around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And while I was heating up my strike water and while I was seeping the grains, I've gone ahead and cleaned the fermenter. I followed Delta's instructions where I used some dish detergent. I used an all-natural dish detergent, so I've had no issues with beer bottles. So I used that to help get all of the grease off because it's a degreaser. And then I turned around and I used OxyClean to just do a final cleaning. I will do a sanitizing before I put in the wort into the fermenter. Another quick little trick that I like doing, that I like to do now, is I will actually pre-dissolve the liquid malt extract in a little bit of the water from our Seeping Grains. I didn't do that one time, and so I scorched the bottom. And toffee burnt beer doesn't always taste so good. So catch you guys later as we move on to boiling. Hi guys, we have all of the sugars dissolved. Our wort is up to a light boil. So here come those good smelling Cascade hops. In 30 minutes, we'll add the Fuggle hops. Another quick little tip, I like to take some of the wort that we made, cool it down to around 90 degrees Fahrenheit or a little lower, and then put in the dry yeast if I'm using dry yeast. And this will give it a chance to bloom. It's more of a vitality starter just to make sure. In about 15 minutes or so, I will give this a little shake stir, and when we're ready to pitch into the fermenter, we'll just be able to dump it right in. Hey guys, time to add in the Fuggle hops. They certainly have a spicier note to them, and they smell good. There. As you can see, I'm getting started hooking up for... Made a little mess. I'm getting started hooking up for my Counterflow chiller. Yes, it is a homemade Counterflow chiller. I like it. I don't like it. I'll tell you more about that later in a different video. Alright, we'll see you when we're ready cooling down. Bye. I've got my setup for chilling all hooked up. Goes through a pump, through my homemade Counterflow chiller, and then I have a cooler of cold water with ice packs for the chilling water. I'll actually take the first gallon or two of warm water and put it to the side, and then the rest will keep cycling through. I have my homemade Whirlpool arm, which will help circle all the wort, so that way the tube gets stuck in the middle. This is so exciting. I've got the first beer in the fermenter, and my temperature controller does state 70 degrees, which is what I ended up whirlpooling at. Let's have a look. I will keep track of this beer as it goes fermenting, and I will let you know when we bottle. Fermentation chamber with the conical fermenter is all hooked up. Blow-off tube hooked into some star sand. I'm using a seed mat to help heat inside this, and there's my homemade temperature controller, which blue light, meaning the freezer's on to cool down to 68 degrees fermentation. Thanks, guys. We have fermentation. This is so exciting. It is very slow, probably because there's a lot of space in the fermenter, or maybe I have a small leak somewhere. But I am seeing bubbles going through the blow-off tube into the star sand. It's very exciting. I will see you in a couple of weeks when How am I gonna bottle? The fermenter's in there, but I don't have any CO2, carbon dioxide, to help push the beer out. That might be a hefty job, but I'll see you in a couple of weeks when I take care of that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I release the next video. Until then, it's fun to be brewing. I'm Bradley with To Be Brewing. See you next time. Well, I guess I was mistaken. Things are going very well in fermentation. It's been about 40 hours since I pitched yeast. I'm looking forward to tasting this batch.